Is it possible to trade options without technical analysis? Yes, it is possible. Let us see how. Is it possible to accurately know where market is headed? Or is it possible to know what is going to be exact top and exact bottom for some particular stock which is liquid enough to not get manipulated by small amount of money, or for index? It is not possible with 100% accuracy. Some people may have good accuracy. One can identify turning points, one can identify force of market participants or bias in market direction with practice. But it is not possible to have exact reversal levels. And it is even harder to carry out positions till those points, because our minds play tricks due to profits or loss seen on the screen. Bias is helpful. It is not important to know what market will do exactly, and it is not important to know exact reversal or continuation points. What is more important is to know how we behave. It is important to know our actions, what we will do if market is in our favor, or what will we do if market goes against us. If we know these two things and we follow plan, then it is possible to trade profitably. But if we don't know what we are going to do, if we don't have control over our actions, then trading is not possible. Most important factor is fear and greed, which affects our actions. So we have to control our fear and greed. Trade management and money management skills are important apart from knowledge about options and knowledge of market direction. Most important aspect of trading is control over fear and greed. We can learn analysis from others. We can take trades based on analysis of others. But emotions come from ourselves. They are our part. To get good profits in markets, we need to win over our fears. We have to rise above the fear and take appropriate action warranted for that situation. We are going to learn different types of trade management methods which an option trader can use. People who trade based on technical analysis prefer to use stop loss to exit a trade. However, people who use data analysis and option Greeks behavior, they like to manage trades with adjustments. And we will learn different strategies as well as some adjustments and some part of basic technical analysis. First, we will go ahead with option chain analysis. What is an option chain? Option chain means data of options written in a tabular format. There are different things mentioned in option chain, and option chain is available at different platforms in different ways. Here are some examples. First is option chain available on NSE website. All of you must have seen this option chain and must be aware of this option chain. This option chain is most reliable source of option chain because others take data from NSE. There is delay in data update by 3 minutes, but still it is most reliable because if NSE develops glitch, then everyone will get affected. But if other sources develop glitch, it will affect only that source, not all. What is this 3-minute delay in NSE option chain? Actually, open interest and change in open interest is delayed by 3 minutes. Other things can be live on option chain provided by other developers, but open interest and change in open interest is delayed by 3 minutes in all other sources as well, because these sources take data from NSE option chain. The next option is from brokers platform. Almost all brokers provide option chain data. Their data update may be faster than NSE as this data is real-time data. They keep updating bid ask prices, current market prices, but open interest and change in open interest is updated at 3 minutes interval because that data is provided by NSE. I like to use option chain of FIRE's desktop platform as it has good features and it shows continuous update of option chain. It highlights maximum volume and maximum open interest very easily. Other brokers also have their option chains, but I have not seen them much. Volume keeps changing every second. Open interest changes every 3 minutes. But these changes are not visible to naked eyes for everyone because we cannot remember data points for every 5 minutes. So it is easier to interpret these points on charts on open interest and price. The chart should have data of time, open interest changes and price changes. And these charts are provided by data analysis websites. I like to use iCharts. They have very good charts based on option chain and we will discuss them as well today. Other data analysis websites include Opstra, Sensible, Concept and there are many other. Out of these I have never used Concept. I have used Opstra and Sensible. But I like to use Opstra to see payoff chart. It is easy for me to check this point in Opstra. It may be available with other websites as well. But I like this feature in Opstra to check payout chart. In Sensible, option chain is available free of cost and they have options Greek values as well. So if I have to use free source for option Greeks, I use Sensible. Out of all data analysis websites, my current favorite is iCharts. Now let us see components of option chain. This is standard option chain from NSE website. At the top we can see link to open NSE option chain. This is nseindia.com/option-chain. We can easily search in Google and we'll get this option chain. Below this there are different sections like equity stock, currency, interest rates and commodity. I use this option chain only for equity stock. In equity stock we can check open interest of stocks as well as indices. Here we can see Nifty is written and here we can see select symbol. In this section there are 3 options: Nifty, FinNifty and Bank Nifty. Out of these 3, FinNifty is least liquid and I do not trade in FinNifty. Nifty and Bank Nifty has good liquidity. In symbol we can select all the shares of FNO segment. Then there is another option for expiry date. Here we can click and see there are different options available for expiry. Weekly expiry, monthly expiry is available for Nifty and Bank Nifty, whereas for stocks only 3 options are available for monthly expiry. Here we can select a strike price and then after selecting strike price we will be able to see the options positions for that strike in different expiries. Now on left side this is data for calls, on right side this is data for puts. Nifty shows open interest of roughly 2300 points up and down from current price for current expiry. For longer duration it shows larger range. Now let's see what are components of this option chain. First one is open interest. Here you can see OI is written. This is open interest. Then there is change in open interest. We will discuss what is open interest and change in open interest. Both these are important aspects of option chain to understand direction of markets. Then there is section of volume. All values are number of contracts for open interest, change in open interest and volume. Earlier there was no uniformity. Some sections had contracts and some had quantity, which means number of contracts multiplied by lot size. Now as everything is mentioned as contracts, extra calculations are not required. After volume there is section of implied volatility for that particular strike, which is calculated from Black-Scholes formula based on last traded price of that option. Then there is LTP, which means last traded price of that option, and there is change. The change mentioned is change in current price from closing price of last day. Then there is column for bid quantity, bid price, ask price and ask quantity, and in center there is strike price. Bid quantity and ask quantity mentioned here is number of quantity, not contracts. Here 200 ask quantity means 4 contracts, 50 ask quantity means 1 contract. Bid means buyers have quoted that price, and ask means sellers want that much price for their option. Difference between bid price and ask price is called as spread. And this central column is strike price. Strike price is same for calls as well as puts. On right side of strike price column there is data for puts, and all columns are same like calls but written in mirror image of calls data. Here we can see open interest on left and it is on right. Change in open interest, change in open interest. So likewise it is in mirror image. This is basic option chain of NSE website, and most reliable data comes from this option chain. Most reliable data for open interest, change in open interest and IV. Now this is option chain from iCharts. Here top portion shows options for input of current option chain or historical option chain. You can see latest means current and historical means we can go and check backdated option chain. Then here we have option to select symbol and select expiry date. Then we can select near strikes or all strikes and submit. Then Nifty future levels and spot levels are also mentioned here on right side, and these are for easy reference. Then there are different options shown and we can select all of them or some of them. When we select option Greeks, it shows Vega, Theta, Gamma and Delta. Rho, here you can see Vega, Theta, Gamma and Delta. Row values are not shown as it is not so important. Values of option Greeks mentioned here are points per quantity and not per lot. Some platforms may show it in terms of rupees per lot. One should know this to avoid confusion. Selecting tab of IV shows, here is tab of IV, it shows implied volatility and change in implied volatility. So these are columns for implied volatility and change of implied volatility. Change in implied volatility is compared with last day's closing implied volatility. Then there is tab for OI. After selecting this, it shows total open interest in terms of quantity in this platform, and change of open interest is also shown as quantity. Here you can see open interest and change in open interest, and they are mentioned in terms of quantities. The next tab is volume, which is shown in similar way of quantity and not contracts. So there is uniformity in data representation. Here you can see volume. After volume there is tab for PCR. PCR means put call ratio. We will discuss this soon. Then there is a column of trend based on option data. There is trend. We can see trend is mentioned here as bullish. Selecting that option shows trend in underlying based on options data. And then there is tab for time. Selecting this tab shows time of data interpretation. It would be great if feature of full day trend is available, but it is not available here for now. Then there is tab for build up. Here we can see build up, and on left side we can see whether it is short cover or long build up or what kind of build up is going on. There are 4 different types of build ups. One is long build up, which means getting ready for up move or already in up move. Second is short build up, which means getting ready for down move or already in downtrend. Third is long unwinding, which means longs are getting covered, they are closed. means people who are holding longs are booking their positions or exiting long positions. And last one is short covering, which means people holding short positions are covering their positions. We will discuss this as well in detail. Then there is one more tab which shows VWAP, bid and ask ratio. VWAP means volume weighted average price. This is very useful indicator for intraday options trading. We will discuss this as well. These are components of option chain in iCharts. Some other platforms may have some more data points and features. If I find out something useful, I will update you soon.